I'm still enjoying the world of Malazan. Join me today as I talk about my third book by Esselmont, Stonewielder. Hi there. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages. I'm Jim, the father of this father-son show, and I'm here with you today to talk about Stonewielder, book 3 of E.N.C. Esselmont's Novels of the Malazan Empire. I recently finished this book, and I just have to talk about it now. If you haven't read Stonewielder, you don't want this episode. I'm going to spoil some things. I'm not going to give you a full summary, though. This is just a reaction video, my thoughts after reading the book. If you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, Zach and I encourage you to do so. I am really digging the novels of the Malazan Empire. I've already read the entire Malazan Book of the Fallen, and I've read the first 2 books of Esselmont's Novels of the Malazan Empire. I read them in the midst of the 10 books of Malazan Book of the Fallen because somebody recommended that, kind of where they fit in the timeline, and it worked. Knight of Knives was the first one, was rather short, but I really enjoyed it. And then I got to the second one, Return of the Crimson Guard, and I enjoyed parts of it, and then I was a little, wow, this is rambling a bit for a while. But the ending was great. Stonewielder, start to finish, loved this book. It's just got so much to it that was fantastic. But let me tell you why. One of the things I particularly enjoy about Stonewielder is I'm seeing how the novels of the Malazan Empire are a continuation, a through story for numerous characters that we're getting. And I get to see people I met in the first of the books, Knight of Knives, like Kiska, and see what's happened to her, where she's gone, her journey. I got in this book to enjoy Leoman of the Flails again, who we saw go out of Malazan Book of the Fallen way back in book 6. The Bone Hunters, and here he is now, because the goddess who saved him from Yigatan has a new job for him, and he gets to be the bodyguard for Kiska and their adventures. So things like that keep happening now as I move through these books, and I really appreciate that. The Crimson Guard, I got a lot of them in, obviously, Return of the Crimson Guard. Well, those elements are on display in additional ways here now in this book, and I love that because I am here for the Crimson Guard, the Avowed. I mean, there's so much coolness there. This book in particular I enjoyed and appreciated because the story focused on Corelry and the Storm Riders and the Wall that we had just allusions to and pieces of in Malazan Book of the Fallen, and it was fascinating. And I'm like, what the heck is going on down there? Well, now we get to learn about it. And if this is what Esselmont keeps bringing me, which I think it is, through his various novels of the Malazan Empire, that we're going to take things that we heard about in the previous books, but now we can really hunker down and focus on, yes. Open up this world of mystery, history, and magic to me. I want more. In that way, Stonewielder was very satisfying. We get to see the history of how this strange place where they're fighting off these waterborne creatures who come to attack over and over again, and how the people who are on the wall are sometimes volunteers, more often prisoners, people who have no choice. You're going to have to do your time out here fighting on the wall, and many of them die. What is going on here? To find out where it came from in the first place, and what a deception, and in the end, a betrayal the whole foundation of this religion was. Wow. Okay, that was fantastic. I enjoyed Kyle. Okay, we met Kyle in Return of the Crimson Guard. Well, here he is again. And I love this character, and I love seeing the world through his eyes. That's one of the things Esselmont is doing great. He gives us Kiska, he gives us Kyle, and we get to see these experiences and the people they're interacting with in new, fresh ways. Really dig that. The Omen of the Flails, He started out as kind of an okay guy when we first met him books and books ago in Malazan, Book of the Fallen. And then he turned into not a good guy, and what he does in Yucatan, boo, bad guy. But just like so much of Malazan, it's gray. Nobody's all good, nobody's all bad. Leoman is that same kind of cat. And here we get to see some better sides to him again, while also seeing the scum that he can be. He's fascinating. It's great to be able to enjoy him again. Greymane is another one we get to get more of here. There's a lot to Greymane's story that's revealed, his past, how he fell out of the Malazan army, and yet now how he's back in the good graces, and again, political intrigue, betrayal, deception, honor, all these themes that are played through and apparent in Greymane's story. Fantastic. I could go on and on and on here, just talking about all the various elements, but I don't want to do all of that here. I just want to say, Stonewielder was worthy. This was a story that I just totally enjoyed. My favorite of the three so far of the novels of the Malazan Empire. I've gone on now, and I'm partway through book 4, Orb, Scepter, Throne. This stuff just keeps getting better. Thank you, Esselmont, for writing these books too. Yes, they're different in style from Erickson's. They're maybe not quite as deep, but they're still solid, and a balance of introspective contemplation and great military battle scenes. The balance is fantastic. The scope of what happens in this story is huge, and I'm really glad I read it. If you have not read any of the novels of the Malazan Empire yet by Esselmont, you're like, nah, Erickson's all I need. You're wrong. Read these books too. You will thank me. They add so much to your understanding of the world of Malazan, and love it. That's all I have for you today. Just a little reaction and a few of the things that I was thinking about. What should I have commented on that I didn't bring up? Stonewielder is one of the books you really enjoy, and I didn't say anything about one of your favorite elements, like what it teaches us about the Malazan Empire, the power of the Malazans, how when you have power, you can also be corrupted. Yeah, there's so many other themes and elements I could have spent time on. If I missed a favorite of yours, put it in the comment box. I'll be sure to reply. You know I reply to comments if you're a longtime watcher of our channel. But that's where I'll leave you. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.